said he was a bad guy.
I don't know, but I feel like we're painting him in this light that he was like this bad guy, and I don't want to do that. To this day, I hope you hear this. Fuck you. But rules are rules, okay? Stupid rule, but it was a rule. If you were a Crip and you were cooling in the cut, what do the Bloods do? Are they booling in the butt? Yep. Also, we are extremely juvenile, and yeah, whatever. Fuck you. All right.
You fucking smacked me in the ass, you dumb fuck.
Oh, yes. Let's go, Paul. Let's do this, huh?
Yeah.
Let's get it. Yeah. Oh, it feels good to be back. I don't know why. Like, I've just had this like level of just anticipation and excitement and happiness for the Tonight Show. And the audio's working. We got that going for us.
The audio is working.
Yeah, we got that going for us.
I thought it was a little low, but that's my little check up there.
I have been chomping at the bit to get on this show this week. Like, I just feel like there's been so much shit that's gone on, and I feel like I got a lot to say today. And I know that might come as a surprise to some people, that, you know, I have something to say about things. And, you know, it is what it is. But
Right.
First and foremost, thank you all for joining us. Joey Fats Radio, row one, seat one. Live on the one, the only, the New Bedford Guide. Thank you all for joining us on this absolutely beautiful Tuesday evening. March the fucking 19th. Halfway through fucking March already, dude.
Yeah.
Like, we're halfway. St. Patty's Day, already come and gone. They already poured the green dye in the river in Chi-Town.
Yeah. Easter's next.
Easter's right around the go. Faith in Christ.
Yep.
Faith in Christ. You know, all that. It's coming up. You know, it's Easter is on falls on my wife's birthday this year.
Yeah.
So everybody's like, "Oh, what are you doing for Easter?" And she's like, "You mean my birthday?"
All defensive about it.
Not really, just being a bitch.
Yeah.
But it's funny. But yeah, Easter falls on a Sunday. And then, you know what's... So, the next couple of weeks for me, just like, they lay out perfectly. You know, like how everything just kind of sometimes... A plan just comes together so perfectly, and you don't even do anything to do about it. It just happens.
Yeah.
So, this Sunday is like, yeah, whatever, cool. Like, we got whatever. Then next Sunday is Easter / my wife's birthday. Then the following Sunday, April 7th, is the Eric Fernandez Memorial Poker Tournament, which is going to be held at the Panthers Club on the Feast Ground. So if you are a poker player and you want to get in on a poker tournament, April 7th, I believe registration starts at 11 or noon. You'll find the flyer. We'll share the flyer up on our on the Row One Seat One page. But it is it's a charity poker tournament.
Yeah,
it is, hand to God, one of my favorite days of the year.
Yeah.
There is nothing I look forward to more than going to the Panthers Club on a random Sunday in early April and just getting shithoused with the boys and throwing around some cards. Because I'm not a poker player.
Me neither.
I like to play cards, but I'm not a poker player. Like it'd be like calling myself a guitarist, right? Like, Can I play the guitar? Yes, I am capable of playing some things on a guitar, but I am not a guitarist. You know what I'm saying? It's like that level. So, am I capable of playing in a poker game? Of course. I know the rules. I know my way around the table. I know what hands are good. I know what the suits do and what the cards want. You know what cards you want in mixy match. I am not a poker player. I will go all in pre-flop on a 2-7 offsuit and just piss everybody off. Like, I'm that guy that just chaps everyone's asshole that plays on the same table with me.
Yeah.
Because I do those things that you're not supposed to do. You know, I'll look at the numbers and I'll be like, oh, 2-7. I'm like, fucking Steve Atwater, bro. Of course I'm playing these digits. And everybody's like, dude, that's like statistically like one of the worst hands you can have. I'm like, don't fucking care.
Right.
And somebody will raise like pre-flop and I'll be like, call. And they're like, okay, well, he must have some good hole cards, whatever. Go around the table. All right, they flip the flop. And, like, you know, everybody maxes out the bets on the flop, and I call, and I'm like, I shouldn't be in this hand, but it maxes out. Then they flip the flop, and it's like 7-7 deuce. And I'm like, well, I'm sitting on a boat already, boys. I don't know what y'all fucking doing, but how do you feel like giving me some more of that hard-earned money that you just got? Now, that only works out for me like once, maybe twice throughout the tournament, which is why I never actually make it to the end and win.
Yeah.
Because, again, I'm not a poker player. I'm just here to play cards and talk some shit.
Yeah.
So that's what I do. I talk some shit.
That's more than what I can do, dude. I'd be sitting there like, all right, who goes first now? What do we do? What do I do? Okay. Oh, now, no, don't. Oh, sit here? Okay, no problem.
So there is, and there are some people like that play, which is fine. And if you are a entry level to novice to beginner poker player and you want to come play in a tournament, believe me when I say it is a very friendly, welcoming tournament. You will not be chastised or shit canned or kicked in the dick for not knowing what you're doing. Like, we expect people to, like, you know, it's a charity tournament.
Right.
We're here to raise money for a good cause, for a scholarship fund. The Eric Fernandez Memorial Scholarship Fund. There's golf tournament and poker tournament every year, and I think a couple other events too that go on. But good buddies of mine run it, and it's a great event. It's one of my favorite events of the year. April 7th at the Panthers Club. I'm not exactly sure of the time, but if you just go on Facebook and just put in Eric Fernandez Memorial Poker Tournament, the flyer will pop right up. I'll put it up on the Row One Seat One page later. But it's such a good time, dude. And the Panthers Club is, I got to tell you, one of, I think it's probably, it's firmly supplanted itself as my second favorite spot in the city. Like, Knuckleheads will always be a number one for me because Nux that was my home from home.
Right.
That was my bar. That's my bar I grew up in. You know what I mean? Like, everybody has that one bar that they went to when they turned 21.
Yeah.
And that was Nux for me. Knuckleheads, Stoney, Debbie, Paulie, like, they're family to me. That's like, that may as well have my last name on the you know, the fucking sign. That's how much I love that place. But the Panthers Club has come up big over the years in a lot of ways. And the poker tournament is one of them. And I absolutely adore the poker tournament. It's one of my favorite days of the year.
Yeah.
So much goddamn fun. Like, I'll get, you know, probably 5 or 6, 7, 8 of the boys over Saturday night here the night before so that we can do a pregame warm-up, if you will, a pre-tournament warm-up game. And we'll do a little cash game and have the boys over. And it's a great night. And then we get absolutely fucking shit-faced, roll out of bed, still probably fucking still drunk as shit, and then go to the Panthers Club and we're like, all right, time to make some money. And at least, I'm going to say everybody that comes to my house the night before the tournament is going into Sunday like expecting like a seat at the final table.
Right.
Except me. I'm the only one that's just like, nope, not happening. Because I'm going to get bored at some point. I'm going to go all in on some dumbass hand because I want to go play darts.
Right.
And I can go fucking whip people for darts, and it's just way more fun. And it's just like, yeah, dude, nah.
That's why I don't bother showing up. I keep that money, and I go grab some tendies and a T-shirt, and then I just hang around.
And it's mad fun.
Yep.
It's such a fucking good time. The Panthers Club does the staff there is awesome. They always get the race on. They got the tournament on. They always got good shit going on there. The drinks are cheap as fuck. You really can't fucking beat it, dude.
It's a good time.
You really can't. But yeah, April 7th, that's the Eric Fernandez Memorial Poker Tournament Scholarship, Eric Fernandez Scholarship Fund Tournament. Sunday, April 7th at the Panthers Club. Please go. Even if you're not going to play poker, just go by and just have a drink. I'm telling you, the Panthers Club is such a fucking slept-on establishment in this city. It is a gem. It is the gem at the top of the feast grounds. But let's get into some sports, Paul. We got a shit ton of sports stuff to talk about tonight. We'll do a full recap of my bets from Bristol. Better than last week, better than Phoenix. We definitely did better than Phoenix. Still not great. We didn't hit, but we came pretty fucking close. We're all over it. We're all over it. Like, we're hovering over the target in the NASCAR betting department. We're gonna hit. It's gonna happen. Like, whether it's this week, next week, whatever. Like, we're gonna hit one. We'll do that. We'll do NFL free agency. We got some, pretty decent conversation to have in terms of, a certain quarterback going from Denver to Pittsburgh. Steelers country. Let's weld. We'll talk about that. We'll talk about the Justin Fields trade to the same team.
Do you think Justin Fields rolled his fucking eyes when he saw that tweet when Russell Wilson was just like, "Yo, quarterback room about to be fire, bro," and he was just probably like, "What the fuck?"
He was probably like, "Yo, are you fucking kidding me, dude? I really got to fucking deal with this guy."
I know this dude's corny as shit.
It's like, yo, everybody hates this dude. Why?
I know.
What the fuck? We'll get into that. We'll get into the Lakers. We'll get into the Celtics. We'll do a little NBA. We'll do a little MLB preview, kind of, sort of, maybe. But mostly we'll talk about bets. We'll talk about stuff, and we'll take your phone calls. 774-992-8702 is the phone number. If you want to give us a call, whatever you want to talk about. It's your show. This is the listener's show. The listeners get to dictate the show. We have some, some products that we will discuss as we go through. But feel free to shift those gears. Call us at any point. 774-992-8702. If you want the audio-only stream, it is in the description. mixlr.com/Joey-Fats. You can get the audio-only live stream right there. And that way you don't have to type your phone with Facebook Live. So if you want to kind of just listen to the show, not really watch it, but you want to listen as we go live and do other stuff on your phone, like, browse Twitter, Facebook, whatever. I don't know. Play Boom Beach, which I still do, by the way, Beach, 11 years later, still doing it. You can go ahead and do all that. And, we'll go from there. Paul's filling out his bracket right now in real time. He's, what the thing is, what the funny part about the March Madness bracket is, though, Paul?
What's that?
I feel like he who knows the least does the best.
Yeah, but
because
I'm
the March Madness
but I'm an Oregon homer, so I fucked mine up.
Oh, trust me, dude. I put Miami as the national championship in the national championship every single year. Every year I put Miami in the Final Four, and I think maybe once or twice they've actually gotten that far.
Who did? Miami? Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I put the U up there every year. It just
they didn't even make the cut, did they?
Did they? I don't know. Did they make it this year? I honestly have paid zero attention to it. Like, less than I normally do. Usually I'll accidentally hear information about the tournament. This year I just feel like it's just kind of like, I feel like everybody was more infatuated with Caitlin Clark versus that chick from LSU the other day than they were Angel Reese than that they were the tournament. And I was just like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean,
they've been giving a lot of love to the women's basketball.
They're trying, and bless their hearts, they're trying to make women's basketball a thing.
And honestly, Caitlin Clark is really fucking helping. You know what I mean? I know Angel Reese did was it last year? The whole
that was the whole beef thing. They had the whole beef during the.
Well, they don't have beef if you actually ask.
But they were trash. They were trash talking.
Of course, they were in the championship game.
I mean, duh.
But that was. I mean,
bro, I don't need to be in a championship. It could be preseason game number 1. I'm still shit talking the fuck out of you like it's game 7 of the finals.
Mad motherfucking points, bro. She scored mad points.
Yeah, she's dirty, bro. She's absolutely dirty. She's
that chick, the other chick, almost beat fucking Steph Curry in that 3-point contest. Did you see that shit?
No, I didn't watch any of that fucking nonsense. The All-Star game. No.
I saw that she almost beat him. I was like, damn.
No, actually, I'm sorry. I accidentally watched the dunk contest, and I was mad that I did.
I didn't even watch that. I didn't watch any of it. I just obviously see news and shit. So
who do you have going deep right now? Have you filled your bracket out? How far are you into it?
Yeah, I got North Carolina losing to Oregon.
Wow.
I took my favorite
North Carolina.
Yeah.
In a razor.
Although I wasn't too out of whack. It was UConn and North Carolina, and then it was Duke and Oregon. Oregon's the only person.
You're going straight blue bloods except Oregon. Just OG.
UConn, North Carolina. But this was just me thinking I just picked what team I liked better. You know what I'm saying? Because there's so many friggin' teams, and I'm going down, and I'm like, dude, I don't really know Stetson or
Stetson. If you fuck this
yeah, I
up.
knew you were gonna say that. I don't know South Dakota State, dude. Marquette's cool, picked them.
I like Marquette. They got cool jerseys.
Right, good.
They got those
like
little
the
checkers.
Zags, dude. Yeah, like I picked I like that kid with the mustache and shit. He's cool. But like I don't know Grand Canyon, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like,
bro, I don't know shit about college basketball.
Long Beach State. What the fuck? Hell
I don't know shit about college basketball.
Me neither, bro.
I don't care about college basketball. I don't want to care about college basketball until it comes time for the tournament, and then I'm like, I'm all in. Like I got a bracket I got to fill out too before after the show tonight. One of my buddies sent me an invite. I don't do brackets because it's not my thing. Because again, I don't know anything about it. Like I just don't know shit about dick when it comes to college basketball, and I don't really want to. It doesn't intrigue me. I don't care. The way the NCAA is basically going down the drain, and college sports are going to be, for not in a couple years. I just don't give a shit. That being said, when the tournament's on and it's like, oh, the national championship's tonight, and I'm like, oh, I'm off? It's on a Monday night? All right, well, we're watching this. Yeah, definitely going to watch and see who wins. And then you got 10 guys out on the floor that are all just like, yeah, we're going to the NBA next year. And we're like, all right, cool. We're like, yeah, we're all one and done. We're all freshmen. We're all 18 years old. See you later. And you're like, all right, bet.
Right,
cool,
right. Yep.
Cool, man.
Cool.
That's neat. Good for you. But it sucks because you don't have any, it's not like you don't have, you'll never get that Larry Bird, Magic Johnson, rivalry that built up, back in the late 70s going into the 80s.
Yeah, you'll never.
And that's and then they were rivals in college, and then they went to the pros, and they went to the Celtics and the Lakers. You're like, holy shit, and it just worked out so perfect.
Right.
You'll never get that again, and you'll never see it again. So it just kind of waters down the product.
It was the organic story that the NBA needed, desperately.
Honestly, if Larry and Michael had not happened when they happened, Larry and Magic, Michael would have never been Michael. Right. The NBA would never have been the NBA. The NBA would have, still had the ABA, NBA, blah blah blah, whatever. We could go down that rabbit hole, any night of the week, but Larry and Magic single-handedly saved the NBA.
Yeah, facts.
Because, basically before that, you had a bunch of guys that were playing part-time, getting paid, half-assedly to go, right. Hey, go put this ball in that bucket. And you're like, all right, cool. Dr. J was doing what he could. But the NBA, the ABA, then they merged, and everybody was like,
Wow.
Whatever, and then it was a thing, and then Larry and Magic, God damn it, I keep doing that. Larry and Magic saved it.
Right.
I mean, they single-handedly brought it to another level.
Oh, yeah.
And again, and I've said this time and time again, and I will stand by it, Larry Bird is the single greatest basketball player of all time.
He's number one on
and you will never, listen, as the most bleed purple and gold Lakers fan that you will find outside of maybe Marcus, this side of the Mississippi, I'm going Bird all day.
Yeah.
Not Magic, not Kobe,
nope.
Not Michael,
nope.
Not LeBron,
nope.
Certainly not Steph Curry.
Nope.
Don't even get me fucking started on anybody else and fucking, Bill Russell.
Will,
No, Will. I mean, Wilt the Stilt was great. Kareem was better. But, Wilt the Stilt was cool, but, he was like, oh, Bill Russell, 11 championships, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, yeah, dude, again, he was playing against plumbers. Right. He was the only guy who was actually, whatever. Destry, hell no. Absolutely not, dude. You cannot put Curry above LeBron. I'm sorry. LeBron is the only guy, and I will say this about LeBron, and I will start and end this conversation with this. LeBron is the only player currently playing in the NBA that has a claim to the top 5. He's the only one. Not Curry, not KD, certainly not anybody else. There's no one else in the league right now that can hold a candle to LeBron. Love him or hate him. Oh, I'm glad. Thank you for that.
I'm glad that works.
Yeah, it works. Well, hey, we know the auto's working. Nobody else can touch what LeBron has done. I don't care that Curry had 4 he's got the same amount of rings as LeBron in less time. I don't give a shit about that. Curry plays in literally the softest era of basketball and maybe sports that we have ever seen. Now LeBron does too. The difference is if you put LeBron If you took LeBron and dropped him into 1986 as a 20-year-old man, LeBron is going to have a fucking field day. LeBron is going to go fucking ape shit in the 80s. Could you imagine what a 6'10", 280-pound fucking animal like LeBron could do with the rules in 1980?
No shit.
The way you could beat and bang people. Like, what do you think? LeBron's going to fucking fall over? What do you think? Is 280 pounds in 1986 isn't 280 pounds in 2020? Like, no.
And
he's still just as big and strong back then as he is now. Like, no. So this whole, and I don't know why this comes up sometimes. Maybe it's because Duffy brings it up sometimes, and I love Duffy, and I trust his basketball IQ on a lot of things, on most things, on almost everything. Duffy is a listener of the show. He's a good friend of mine, and he's got a phenomenal view on basketball. But when he puts Steph Curry in the top 5 all time, I want to throw up. Now, granted, he's a Warriors fan, so there's some bias there. But you are never, like, listen, you want to put Steph Curry as the greatest shooter of all time? Sure. Absolutely. Not even going to fucking argue that. But you want to talk about top 5 all time? My guy. He's not even top, he might be top 5 all time from this generation. Like post-Kobe.
From like 2000 up.
From like 2012 and on.
Damn.
But all time? Fuck no, dude. Greatest shooter? Yeah. He's got an unbelievable skill set. Is he even the best point guard of all time? Because, I don't know, Isaiah Thomas and, AI might want a word. I can make a billion different arguments as to why Steph Curry is not in the top 5, whereas you can only make like 3 or 4 as to why he should be. And to me, that just removes you from the top 5 argument. Like, I can't make an argument why Jordan shouldn't be the greatest of all time. I mean, I can, but you're going to be able to counter it very quickly and easily. Right. I can't make an argument why Larry Bird doesn't belong in the top 3 all time. I can't make an argument why Magic doesn't belong in the top 3 all time. Why Kobe doesn't belong there.
Right.
I can't. Same thing applies for LeBron. I can't make that argument. Those guys, LeBron is the last bastion.
I like that term.
Of players that can actually make it and transcend eras. LeBron could play in the 80s. He could play in the 90s. He played in the 2000s when the 2000s were legit. Right. And now he's playing on into this kind of, into the sunset of his career at a very high level. I mean, look at his numbers, dude.
He's still putting up
He's still putting fucking, he's still dropping it on people.
Night by night, he's dropping shit.
So you can't put LeBron, you cannot put Curry above LeBron. I'm sorry.
He's got a career of 40, 11, and 10. 40K, 11K, 10K. That's his career.
Oh, statistically, he's untouchable.
And nobody's even like
statistically
fucking
if
remotely
you just,
close to that.
Paul, if you just take the numbers,
right,
nobody even comes close. It's LeBron all day. All day. And there's not even there's no question about it. And that's all fine and well. And I love LeBron. I do. I love LeBron, the basketball player. LeBron, the guy off the court, whatever, could take him or leave him.
Yeah.
Because quite frankly, I don't think he fucking cares if I end up dead or not.
Of course not. What the fuck?
Just based on what we do for a living. But that being said,
a couple other things.
As far as how he is on the court, yeah, dude, he's unbelievable.
Right.
Now, is he better than Magic, Larry, Michael, Kobe? No.
I'm not taking anybody over Larry Bird.
Larry Bird's my number 1.
Call me biased. I don't give a fuck what you think.
You don't have to call. I don't have to call you biased. I'm agreeing with you. Larry Bird is the greatest basketball player of all time.
It's the same reason why I'm taking Stevie Ray Vaughan as the greatest guitarist of all time.
Ooh,
you know what I mean?
See, that's where I think we could disagree. Because I like I like Stevie Ray. SRV is fucking special, bro.
Yep.
And as someone who I trust very, very much when it comes to music said, he goes, Joey, there are imitators and there are innovators. he was referencing Jimi Hendrix as being the innovator and Stevie Ray Vaughan as being the imitator. And I was like, well, I'm like, I don't know about all that, but I see where you're coming from. But for me, like, yeah, okay, SRV, you're gonna have a tough time not putting him at number one. Yeah. Like who else are you gonna put there? Like, you got Hendrix. I mean,
people say Clapton, but
Clapton
already said SRV was better than him.
You know what I mean? Steve Vai, Yngwie. There's a lot of really good guitar players, you know.
Yeah, there is.
Aldo Nova. I mean, there's some. I mean, Jesus Christ, dude. We could guitarists. We could.
We just opened up again.
We could fucking. Holy shit. Who would you rank? Give me your top 3
guitarists.
Yeah.
My top 3. I mean, like I said, Stevie Ray. 100% Stevie Ray Vaughan. Dan, the top 2 and 3 is kind of difficult because I don't know if I would go so much as like, I don't know if this would be like based on skill or just based on like amount of songs that they've made that I like. Based on skill over like damn. I mean, that's kind of hard, dude. I should have probably like. Yeah, we didn't prepare for this one. Well, it's going Stevie Ray Vaughan, and then I'm probably taking Steve Vai just because that movie Crossroads. And then if I was gonna go like a number 3, I would probably say probably James Hetfield, just because he wrote all the hard shit that Kirk Hammett couldn't do, and Kirk Hammett was supposed to be like wicked fucking nasty.
Well, Hammett's nasty, right? But Hammett to me, so like Hammett
but if James,
Kirk's a metal guitarist though,
right?
And not to say he's not a great guitarist, but like, and I agree with you honestly. I got Steve Vai and Stevie Ray, and then Jimi Hendrix. Those are my top 3.
Yeah,
those are, to me, the 3 greatest guitarists of all time.
Yeah.
Eddie Van Halen would be up there. And then I would say
like Dimebag and shit, but that's like different too.
But like Zakk Wylde would be up there. You know who is not in my top fucking 1,000? Tom Morello.
No, yeah.
I fucking hate everything about Tom Morello and his sound.
I'm not really a huge fan of him.
I fucking hate it, dude. Everything, whether it was Rage Against
I like Bulls on Parade, bro. That's about it.
Whether it was Rage Against the Machine or Audio Slave, I fucking hate Tom Morello.
Is Destry just going against you for the just for the hell of it, like, or is this? Because he's like Tom Morello.
I just saw that he said that. No, I can't stand Tom Morello. I hate his sound. It's so generic. Everything he does sounds the same. And it's just like, oh, cool, bro. You got a slide. You go, like,
yeah. He just took took a different sound that kind of sounded like Peter Frampton, but turned it into the 2000s, and that was it. Except Peter Frampton was actually kind of cool because he used to like.
Well, Peter Frampton could make his guitar talk at one point.
Yeah, he used to blow into his shit.
Yeah, he'd be like, "Yo, hey, Peter Frampton, hey, and bring that thing that makes your guitar go wop wop wop." Remember that from Family Guy?
Yeah.
No, I fucking honestly cannot I like Rage Against the Machine.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. I'm not seeking out Rage Against the Machine. I'm not going on Spotify and being like, "Ooh, let me listen to some Rage today." I don't think I've ever done that once in my life. I don't think I've ever once been like, you know what I want? I want to listen to Rage Against the Machine. Never. Not once. I couldn't. I like Zach De La Rocha. I loved his he can spit bars. He was
right. He's got that cool sound.
They had a cool sound, but it just grew so old so fast.
Yeah.
And then when I remember when they broke up. I was working in the Bedford Yacht Club, and they broke up, and I was like, yes.
Yeah.
Never gonna have to hear again. And then 2 minutes later, Tom Morello was like, "Oh yeah, I joined up with Chris Cornell. We're forming this band called Audio Slave," and I was like, "Fuck!" Yeah. And then I ended up loving Audio Slave. Their first album. I think it was their only album. I forget if it was their first or only, but whatever. It was fucking awesome. I mean, Like a Stone was great. Eye on the Highway. They had some fucking but Chris Cornell made that band.
Of course.
Chris Cornell was a once in a generation talent of holy fuck, this guy is unbelievable. Tom Morello, I could literally be like, I could never hear him again. I watched when they did that video a couple years ago with Tom Morello. They did the Game of Thrones theme with all the different guitarists and they're all in their own styles or whatever.
Yeah.
And Tom Morello got up and I was like, oh my God, I want to fucking gouge my eyes out. Like I wanted to like just inject nails into my ears with a nail gun and then gouge my eyeballs out simultaneously because it was like nails on a fucking chalkboard. I was like, oh, what's that? Tom Morello's gonna slide? No way. I fucking hate Tom Morello. Sorry, I do. You know who I like better than Tom Morello? Mark Tremonti. You know who that is? The guitarist from your favorite band, Paul.
My favorite band?
Yeah, the guitarist from your favorite band.
I'm trying to think who you think my favorite
Creed.
band is. Oh, God, fuck it. I'm going to kill myself.
And he had the shitty soul patch and everything, like, on his face.
Yeah,
like,
that dude.
But he was nasty.
Fucking makes me
Or, what was his name? Fucking, what was the guitarist name from Marilyn Manson and, Rob Zombie? Was it Johnny Five? Google that for me. Was it Johnny Five? Was that his name? Just put Marilyn Manson guitarist. Because he was I think that was his name. I think that was what he went by. He was really John Five. He was really fucking good.
Zim Zum.
But Zim Zum. He
creepy looking bastard.
Right? But he was so fucking nasty, but that style of music didn't really like display his talents, if you will. Like it wasn't like you couldn't listen to like Marilyn Manson and be like, "Oh wow, John Five, this guy's fucking good."
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like it wasn't like he didn't have any like crazy like solos or anything. Like at least like in Slipknot, whatever. Like they got some pretty cool solos. I think what's the guitarist is Mitch or Mike or I forget his name. I don't know.
And
Slipknot.
Oh, I don't fucking know.
I mean, Corey Taylor obviously is the front man. Joey Jordison, R.I.P. in peace, was the drummer. He was fucking. Joey Jordison was my favorite member of Slipknot. He was awesome, the drummer. But was it Mick? Mick, I think was the name.
Would you have ever guessed that Vince Gill would be even in the top 205?
Of guitarists?
Yeah. He's number 202 by Rolling Stone of top 250.
I mean, he can bum stringle, dumb stringle with the best of them, bro.
I guess, dude. That's just fucking hilarious.
Who does Rolling Stone have as number one?
I am scrolling down because it is 250 of them, and I have to go all the way to the fucking bottom.
I'm curious. I mean, this is not the rabbit hole I thought we were going to go down to start this show, but here we are.
John Lennon, 159. I figured they would have
John Lennon's
I figured they would have Warship sucked his dick all the way to at least top 50. You said Beatles, man, you can't put him that fucking low on the list. Nah, you can though if you're really not that good. But although I did see Yngwie on one of the thing, and he was pretty fucking high up.
Yngwie's got to be top 10.
Dude, he's so fast, it's just ridiculous.
Aldo Nova, Yngwie, Vi, Stevie Ray Vaughan. They're probably going to go Hendrix number one is my guess.
Dude, it's Rolling Stone. Of course they are. John Fogerty rounds out 101. So who's top 100? Who do you think is going to make the top 100?
Well, you're going to have Mustaine, Hammett, Dimebag.
You're never going to guess this. Maybe you would. Maybe you know who he is.
Number one?
No, who's number 100? Kerry King.
Oh, yeah, Slayer. I'm wearing the fucking shirt, bro.
I was just about. That's why I retracted my shit. I was like, maybe you'll know this.
Yeah.
I was like, actually, never mind.
You're never gonna guess who's number one. Kerry King, that's criminally underrated. Kerry King should be way higher than 100. Way higher.
Yeah, he made number 100.
Slayer is such a fucking iconic fucking band, dude. They're one notch below Metallica. Where's Hammett rank on this? When you see his name, let me know.
I might have already skipped by.
There's no way in hell you got to the top 100 and skipped by Kirk Hammett. There's no way.
No, I'm already at 56. I'm just trying to.
Hammett and Hetfield should be in the top 50. No, without a doubt. Dave Mustaine should be in there.
Yeah, no, I know. All right.
Zach Wilde should be in there.
We're gonna go to the top 50 now. All right. I don't know who Elmore James is. Oh, that's The Sky Is Crying. That makes sense.
The Sky Is
Crying. Yeah, that's the original, but Stevie Ray does it great.
Yep.
Great.
Well, Stevie Ray does everything better.
Yeah, he makes a very good.
SRV just does. He takes whatever you do and makes it better. It's like when Metallica did the Garage Days when they released the Garage Inc. album.
Yeah.
And you were like, oh, you're like, I know that. Like Tuesday's Gone by Leonard Skinner, and then Metallica does it, and you're like, oh, this is way better. Or Turn the Page by like I fucking hate Bob Seger. I fucking loathe that man. Loathe everything about him. I think his music fucking sucks. That is actually the only Metallica song I will shut off when it comes on.
Which one? Turn the page? Really?
Fucking hate it. Not because Metallica did a way better job than Bob Seger did.
Guess who number 35 is? Somebody who we would have put. Somebody who we would have thought would be like top 5 all time.
We would have thought top 5?
Yeah, like we would have put top 5 all time. Just
Yngwie?
Nope.
All right. If it's not Yngwie, then it's got to be. Hold on.
Crazy.
Hendrix?
35. No, dude. Eric Clapton.
Oh, Clapton.
Number 35. 35.
That seems low for him.
That's what I'm saying, dude. Like, who the fuck?
I don't know if I would. Would I have put him in my top 5?
You might not.
SRV, Vi, Hendrix are top 3, and then I probably would have gone Hetfield, Hammett.
I knew they were gonna fucking rate fucking Jack White that high.
Jack, he's another one. Listen. I get it. He's really good, but
32.
Yeah, you putting Jack White above Eric Clapton though?
I don't know.
I've
heard Jack White's solo album like years ago.
That seems a little fucking.
Pretty fucking.
That seems a little fucking.
Neil
silly.
Young rounds out 30.
No.
This is
keep on rocking in the
This is really starting to piss me off with the ads that are
I'm taking my shit off Spotify. Never mind, I'm coming back. You see Joe Rogan roast Neil Young the other day?
Wow. Guess who gets to share number 23 with each other?
Tom Morello.
No. Your all-time favorite.
Hendrix?
Nope.
Steve Vai?
Nope.
Wait, are you being sarcastic?
No. Like one of your all-time favorite bands.
Hetfield and Hammett?
Hetfield and Hammett are together at 23.
Okay, first of all, that's bullshit because Hetfield and Hammett should both be top 10. I would accept it if they were like, okay, we're going to make them split number 8.
Prime.
Cred, bitch. We got
cred, bitch.
Because I swear to God, I'm still waiting for the video where James Hetfield does the like Terminator 2 thing where he just like takes the knife and he just like rips open and just like rips off the skin and he's got like a bionic right hand.
Yeah.
Because that's gonna happen. It's gonna fucking happen. Like there's no way in hell James Hetfield is human.
With the way that he writes shit.
The way that he plays.
Yeah.
I mean, the amount of downstrokes that man uses is fucking insane.
Crazy.
I almost fucking gave myself carpal tunnel trying to play fucking when I was learning how to play guitar in high school. You know, I almost killed myself trying to play like James Hetfield.
Randy Rhoads, 21.
Randy Rhoads, that's a good one. Yeah, he's
21.
Where do they have Eddie Van Halen? He's going to be top 10, right?
No, they fucking didn't.
What? 20?
Stevie Ray Vaughan.
20.
20.
They put SRV at 20?
20.
Dismiss this list. I'm done. This is done. Who's number 1? Because I want to hear.
We have to see this satire.
I want. Yeah, what the fuck? How the fuck are you going to have Stevie Ray Vaughan?
Guess who's number 18?
Steve Vai?
No, want to talk about dismissing the fuck out of this list? Tom Morello.
Oh, my. You put Tom Morello
above Eric Clapton
and Stevie Ray Vaughan.
James Hetfield, Kirk Hammett, and Stevie Ray Vaughan.
This is fucking asinine, dude.
That is insane.
This is the worst fucking list I have ever heard. Tom Morello wouldn't even be in my top 100.
Keith Richards at 15.
Fuck out of here, Keith Richards.
Prince at 14.
Okay, Prince, that's when we forgot. He's really good. Prince is really good.
Who the fuck is Tony, Black Sabbath co-founder, Tony Lomi? I don't know who the fuck that is. Sorry.
Oh,
Chaz.
Black Sabbath, yeah.
Yeah. Fucking kill me. Oh, my God. I don't know who the fuck it is. Fuck you. Jimmy Nolan at 12. Don't know. Yeah. Carlos Santana at 11.
He's good, too. Robert, or is it Page? He's going to be up here, too.
Dwayne Allman from the Allman Brothers. Dwayne Allman.
What?
At number 10.
No. What are they basing this off of? It's not skill. It's certainly not skill as a guitarist.
Wait, is it? Is that? Yeah, the Allman Brothers. Yeah, what the fuck? Joni Mitchell is number 9.
No fucking way Joni Mitchell is number 9.
It's a better guitarist than Stevie Ray Vaughan.
Are we fucking serious right now?
B.B. King, number 8.
All right, that's fair.
Nile Rodgers, number 7. Who the fuck? I don't know. I was trying to find out. Sister Rosetta Tharpe. I don't know who the fuck that is. Jeff Beck.
Oh, fuck off. This list is so fucking pretentious.
Number 5. Jeff Beck at number 5. Eddie Van Halen at number 4.
Jeez, they finally got one right.
Jimmy Page at number 3.
Yeah.
Chuck Berry, number 2.
All right, fair, but no, not number 2.
Jimi Hendrix, number 1.
Okay, so they went with the quintessential, like, the universal number 1.
This went by popularity of what posers rock T-shirts.
Yes, this went by, like, what the 17-year-old kid who doesn't know a fucking single song by the band would rock the T-shirt from because he bought it at Hot
Topic. They probably
Topic.
went by, like, album sales as well as
this list fucking sucks. I mean, no. I mean, are we surprised that Rolling Stone has a shit list of anything?
I don't know if Slash was on it. Actually, I skipped Mad People.
If there's one thing that you should know about Rolling Stone, is that they are fucking terrible and they should never be taken seriously. And this list just puts that completely on display.
Just prove that.
You put Joni fucking Mitchell above Stevie Ray Vaughan. Are you out of your fucking mind?
That's pretty bad.
I almost want to just fucking cancel the rest of the show because I'm so fucking pissed off at this list now. Like, that goes up my fucking ass sideways.
Joni Mitchell, they said, was better than Kirk Hammett and fun.
Joni Mitchell.
Yep.
Is better than Stevie Ray Vaughan, Kirk Hammett, James Hetfield, and Yngwie Malmsteen. And obviously Aldo Nova and a whole slew of other people because what was this, a top 250?
Top 250.
So there was 241 other guitarists that they determined were not better than Joni Mitchell.
Yeah.
That is fucking embarrassing. I look forward to the day the Rolling Stone offices close their doors for the final time, and we never have to fucking hear these fucking losers again. Because remember when they put that glamour shot of the Boston Marathon bomber on their fucking cover?
Yeah.
Fucking bitches.
Yeah, they did.
That's what these fucking losers do.
Posterize them.
Fuck them. How the fuck are you going to put Joni Mitchell above Stevie Ray Vaughan? Fuck you.
And James Hetfield.
Like, I could live... All right. James Hetfield aside, like my own personal bias aside, like I got Metallica box sets behind me. I have an Epiphone Explorer hanging on the wall over there because of James Hetfield. Right. I picked up a guitar for the first time in my life not because I wanted to play guitar, because I wanted to play Metallica. That was it. I just wanted to be able to play Metallica. That was all I wanted to do. And you're going to put Joni fucking Mitchell above those guys, and then again forget my bias for 5 seconds. You're gonna put him above Stevie Ray Vaughan and Yngwie?
That's what's nutty.
That is fucking insane. All right, let's get on to some sports because we just did that was a good little bit we just did there. We were gonna talk about how crazy it is to get like that you can get weed delivered to your house now.
Who is that really cool bassist from Primus?
Les Claypool.
He's cool.
Les is awesome.
Yeah,
I mean, and again, my bias, I love Primus and Les Claypool.
Right.
Mostly because of South Park, because that's how I found out about Primus.
Right.
I didn't know anything about Primus until I found out that they were the ones that did the South Park theme song.
And then we looked them up, yeah.
And then I looked them up, I was like, and I mean, what?
Remember their Chef Aid song and shit?
Yeah, I was in 7th grade. Yeah. Doodle doo doo.
Yeah.
Doodle doo doo. Whoa.
Didn't they do one with Ozzy too?
Oh, the whole Chef Aid. Yeah, the Chef Aid CD had Ozzy, DMX.
No, but didn't Primus
ODB.
do a song with Ozzy, Chef Aid?
Yeah.
I mean, Primus and Ozzy did a song together.
Primus, Ozzy, DMX, Old Dirty Bastard. There was a bunch of people on that one collab.
That was that one song.
Yeah. Ain't Nowhere to Run was the name of the song.
Yeah, that's right.
Ain't nowhere to run.
Yeah.
Running this.
Yeah, that shit
Ain't
was
nowhere to hide.
That shit was awesome.
Yeah, it was.
We used to watch that shit all the time going to Florida.
Bro, I have the Chef Aid CD in my car. I still bang out to that. One of my favorite songs on that whole thing was a Rancid song, Brad Logan. Great song.
Yeah. Was that the one? I am Gopher Boy.
No, that was I think that was that Primus? That might have been Primus.
That was my favorite one.
Yeah, the I Am Gopher Boy, Pondering Reality, the Jack Michelson.
No,
but there was Brad Logan by Rancid was on that CD, which is one of my. I fucking love that song. Great fucking song. And then Cartman singing "I'm Sailing Away" obviously was great.
That was a good one.
Yeah, South Park fucking slays. But no,
when did that fucking come out?
What, Chef Aid? 98 or 9? I'm gonna go 99.
98.
98, yeah. Because it was season 2. It was season 2, like pretty early in the. I think it was the beginning of the second run, the beginning of the spring run.
Yeah, it was season 2, episode 14.
Yeah, so that was the beginning of the spring run.
October.
Oh, that was no. That's right. That's when the seasons usually start in August. The first couple seasons started in like August, July.
Because they don't do the season. Yeah, they don't.
And they would do like they
don't do it the same way they did it back then as they do now. The season's been changed.
The way South Park did it, at least leading up to the pandemic and everything, was they would do like 10 in the fall, 10 in the spring.
Right.
And that was your 20 episode season. But back then, you're right, it would start in like July and then run through the fall and then pick back up the following summer. Yeah, that's right. I forgot about that. It's been a while since I've looked at my South Park trivia history.
It's been a minute.
I know. I still dominate the fuck out of South Park trivia, though. Every single time I see like a little.
I'm surprised you never brought that back.
I mean, outside of Travis and Demo, R.I.P., nobody could really fuck with me on it.
Right.
Travis was the only one that could fuck with me on it. I mean, me and Travis went, I think, like 9 rounds of overtime one night.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And we just called it a stalemate because neither one of us were budging. We were like, yeah, no, he knew as much as I knew vis-a-vis. But yeah, it was South Park trivia is my thing, dude.
Yeah, yeah.
I fuck with South Park trivia hard.
I always like that shit. Trivia's mad fun.
Oh, trivia's great. I mean, I do the Daily Dozen on Barstool every day, and I am still undefeated in the NFL category. I've yet to get a NFL category question wrong. Almost happened today. It tripped me up.
Double dip.
Tripped me up. I had the double dip, but I got it. I got it on the double dip. If you don't know, if you go, anybody who's listening, if you like trivia, just go Google the Daily Dozen trivia or Barstool trivia, and it'll come up. It's called the Daily Dozen. You don't have to join. You don't have to do anything. You just pick it up, and it's 9 questions of, it's usually like NFL, and then like MLB, NHL, college basketball, like football, whatever. There's always like some pop culture shit in there, some restaurants, like chain foods, like things like that. Right. The only one that I hate, the only question I wish they would get rid of the celebrity mashup.
Yeah.
Because it's pictures, and do like a what year was this song released instead. Because what year was this song released? I fucking slay. Like I can sit in a restaurant. Oh, we were doing it at 6s and 7s a couple weeks ago. Me and Mom were down there, and I was just like, ooh, 1994. You're like, what? I'm like, that was the year the song was released. And I looked it up, and Mom's like, oh, yeah, you were right. And I'm like, I know. And then another song would come on, and I'd guess the year.
Right. Anything trivia. I like doing anything trivia.
Me too. Trivia is fucking awesome.
Yeah. Down at Profile, they do, is it tonight or yesterday? They do musical bingo and shit, but that's not as fun.
Musical bingo's not as fun, though.
I wish they would do trivia. Like, switch it.
Yeah. Like, I remember when we used to go to, like, EJ's in Fairhaven.
Yeah, with the wings and shit. 25-cent wings, right?
Yeah, they had, like, 25 or 50-cent wings and trivia night, and you're like, bet.
Shit was awesome.
What's that called now? We should know this.
Travelers.
Right? Travelers Ale House.
Travelers
yes,
Ale
yes.
House.
Fairhaven.
6 in Fairhaven, yeah.
We should know this because our, 2 of my good buddies own it, so I'll run it.
Oh. Right.
Yeah, Billy and Min. Good guys. Great guys. Great food. They got Keno, too, which helps. But yeah, Travelers in Fairhaven, they used to have, back in the day, they had trivia there when I lived in Fairhaven. and we would just, me and my wife would shoot up the street, eat cheap wings, and do trivia. And sometimes we wouldn't even participate in the trivia. We'd just answer the questions off on the side. And it wasn't until we went like 10 for 10 one night, and we were like, oh, maybe we should probably enter in this. Like,
yeah.
I guess we're pretty good at this.
Get a couple points.
Yeah, it was fun. 774-992-8702. Paul, let's get into some sports talk.
Sports ball.
Sports balls. What do we want to do first? Do we want to do let's address what we talked about last week with the Jake Paul, Mike Tyson thing. Because obviously this is becoming a reoccurring theme now on social media. Like, this is becoming a big deal. July 20th? 21st.
20th, I think.
Yeah, July 20th is going to be a big day. We talked about last week that there was these rules that had come out, and we said that loosely. And we said that these rules were very loose, and these are all speculation, and we didn't know if any of this was true. We said that on the show last week. We don't want people thinking that we were just coming out here and being like, oh, no, these are the rules.
These are facts, yeah.
These are the facts. No.
They were not.
We took this with a grain of salt, and I'm glad we did. Why? Because Jake Paul comes out this week, and he was like, that is bullshit. That is some fucking loser on YouTube just fucking trying to make a name for himself, talking all this shit. Apparently, Jake Paul and Mike Tyson are petitioning or trying to convince the Texas Gaming Commission to sanction this as a legit fight, not an exhibition. Meaning no headgear, weigh-ins, full rules, drug tests, like all the shit. Like, so the whole Jake Paul can come in and tag team with his brother, bullshit. That was total bullshit. That was never a thing.
Headgear, no weight limit.
Headgears, no weight limit. That was all bullshit. Allegedly. Now, I don't know who's lying to us.
I saw a video, though, of Jake Paul when he was speaking, and he said that the headgear, all that's BS.
Spitting.
He was speaking.
Spitting.
He said it was all bullshit.
Let him cook.
We'll see. He said it was all
bullshit
for him. It would be stupid for them to have it not be bullshit. If that's really the way the fight's going down, that's the dumbest shit I've ever fucking heard in my life.
Right, and whatever, like, no one's going to give a shit. Like, no one's going to not watch based on the rules, but they're going to judge the fight on its legitimacy. And the thing is Jake Paul has everything to lose here. When you really break it down, if he loses, he lost to a almost 60-year-old former professional boxer, and he is not legit.
Right.
If he wins, cool, man. You beat up a 60-year-old Mike Tyson. Barely. Which I'm assuming is going to be barely. Like, right. I don't think you're knocking out Iron Mike at this point.
No.
And I know that they are content creators to the core, or at least Jake Paul is. Mm-hmm. And Mike Tyson is very much probably willing to go along with a lot of things at this point. So the training videos you see of the way that, like, Jake Paul trains, and then you see Tyson, he's over there, doom, 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 oh, doom, doom, and then you see Jake Paul, and he's like, Like, Jake Paul's, like, punching in these training videos like you punch in your dreams.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like
using, like, the flat. But that time you punched me in the balls when we were fucking around with that.
Oh, yeah.
Like
yeah.
That. Club hand.
Flat club fist to the balls is the worst.
Poof. Especially when you're upside down with your leg fucking open like this.
Because I threw you over the bed and then followed it up.
I knew it was going.
Well, we had to be like, what, 10, 11 years old at that point? Like, at best.
I knew you were going to do it, but I was like, there's no way he's going to do it. I'm so open. I'm just
you know, like, growing up with, I'm forever thankful that I grew up with two younger brothers.
Oh.
Because the dumb shit, like, do you remember, like, how bad it got, like, when you and I first moved downstairs, right? And we would have to fucking brush our teeth with one hand and have our other hand covering our balls because the other one would just give you a flipper. Like, just there'd be like, no warning, no nothing. You'd be like, pow! And you're like, God damn it.
Yeah, shit was bad, yeah. That was mad good. That was fucking hilarious. I'm glad it's over because those times were like fucking unsuspecting warfare.
Shit was stressful, bro.
Yeah.
Like, you had to be on guard at all times.
All time.
And it wasn't even just like when it was us. It was like, it was our whole friend group. Like if if you were in our friend group, like you had to worry about getting punched in the balls at any given moment, any given minute, and
shot with an airsoft gun.
Or that, which we chambered that out pretty quick because that was funny. But like I just remember like you and I, like we had to share a bathroom and we were like brushing our teeth. We were like in high school, early high school. I was a freshman. You were probably in middle school.
Right.
And I'm brushing my teeth with my right hand, and I got my left hand covering my balls because I know as soon as I move my hand, this asshole's gonna fucking give me a flipper and run away.
Only because I owed you like 2 already from the day, and I'm like, fuck.
Right? Yeah, we kept tabs. We kept tabs on that shit. That was fucking, dude. Those were good times.
Yeah, fun.
Remember like taking like my old like the paint like the barrels off my paintball guns and like blow gunning balls into the bathroom.
Yeah, they'd break.
And being like, oh shit, like hope my dad don't see that. Shit's making a fucking mess. Joey Fats Radio, what's going on?
The Celtics are frauds.
I mean, yeah, obviously.
What's happening, bro?
They got Jason Tatum, the worst frauds of all time. Can I just say, Jason Tatum has ascended to my number 1 most hated player of all time.
Number 1, huh? Is that bad for you? I actually like Jason Tatum personally.
I can't fucking stand him.
Brown guy.
What the fuck did he do to you?
I just can't stand Jason Tatum. I can't stand his short shorts. I can't stand his leg tattoos. I can't stand him texting Kobe's dead phone. Like, I can't stand him wearing a fucking Lakers armband during a Celtics playoff game. Like,
for me, it's Jaylen Brown. He's just like too blah for me. He has no personality, no excitement.
He sucks too, but at least
and just overpaid. But
I think, but at least Brown, I feel like he's got that dog in him. You know what I mean? Like he's got a little Jimmy Butler in him. Jason Tatum, I feel like, is just Carmelo Anthony 2.0, where he's just like, yeah, man, I'm cool being mediocre, and you should be too.
Yeah, but anyways, I don't know what you guys were on for a topic. I was a little late getting onto the show, but I was actually looking to talk about some basketball for a little bit.
Yeah, dude, fucking do it up, man. We were gonna get into the NBA a little bit because obviously the regular season's winding down. Durant, good to hear from you. Thanks for calling.
Yeah, of course.
First and foremost,
appreciate you.
It has been, it's getting down to the nitty gritty in the NBA. The Celtics are walking away with the East. I don't think anybody in Boston has anything to worry about. They're going to be the 1 seed, which is fine. I don't really need the Reds.
But are they going to make it to the finals? Because I think when push comes to shove, I mean, I'm probably still taking the Bucks.
When push comes to shove, I'm taking anybody but the Celtics. Let's be frank. I don't think the Celtics are going. I don't think banner 18. It ain't happening.
I mean, I'm not going to just pick anyone against the Celtics against the best record in the NBA.
Oh no, I mean, I'm going to take whoever.
To shove, I mean, I think I'm taking Giannis and Dame and the rest of those boys.
I think Milwaukee's got a better shot. I don't know really. I mean, Miami's. Jimmy Butler's a different animal when the clock strikes midnight on April 1st.
They just have to get in, and
I know.
So I'm not too worried about seedings these days, really.
Nobody is. Not even the players are worried about it. We had this conversation on Facebook earlier where we're talking about how magnificent LeBron has been this year in the fourth quarter and otherwise. And I'm like, did
LeBron concede the 1 seed? I mean, he conceded it, back when he was on the Cavs when, Derrick Rose and the Bulls, they were the 1 seed 1 year.
Yeah, the Celtics were the 1 seed a couple of times.
Yeah, they conceded to the 1 seed to just, get rest and ready for the playoffs.
Yeah, they coast. And that's LeBron's thing, and I get it. And I understand, kind of what he's doing and like where they're at mentally. But it would be nice as a Lakers fan because, listen, I'm a Lakers fan first. I'm a LeBron fan second. Now, LeBron was brought to the Lakers to win us championships. Now, we got 1, and I'm not mad about it. But we expected more than 1 when LeBron signed, especially when they got AD. Yeah. Like, this was always the plan. We were going to pair up AD and LeBron, and this was going to be a multiple championship winning duo going forward because they were going to piece it together. Now, things haven't really worked out that way, whatever. But at the end of the day, I don't give a flying fuck about seeding. I don't give a shit about stats. I don't give a shit about numbers. The only thing I care about is how many banners are hanging from the top of the Staples Center.
Absolutely.
Because
and
that's
I think,
all that matters in LA.
Fair to say, Joe, that, LeBron's held up his end of the bargain. Now, Anthony Davis.
Yeah, and listen,
so
I'm not going to, I will not, I don't think I would disagree with you on that.
I mean, Braun gave you on an elimination game last year versus Denver, he gave you 40, 9, and 8.
He sure did. And AD was nowhere to be found.
Yeah.
I mean,
So
granted, you got neutralized by the Joker, who is, the best player in basketball right now. So it's, okay, cool. But.
Do you think Joker would give you 49 and 8 on an elimination game?
Absolutely. I think the Joker will give you whatever he needs.
You think so?
Yeah, he's that dude, bro. He's got that.
He is that dude, but I will say this. I think they have more of a complete team where he's not gonna have to go out and get you 49 and 8. Jamal Murray can do his part.
Yes.
And Michael Porter Jr. can do his part.
No,
and the rest of them boys.
You're dead on with that because that's the thing is the Joker's not going to have to go get you 49 and 8.
On the Lakers, you need LeBron to do those kind of things the way we play at times.
Yeah. And it sucks because it's, and I know the Lakers are already looking forward. Like, they got one eye on this year and, like, kind of, or half eye on this year and an eye and a half on next year already because they're looking at, Ice Trey or whoever they're going to go bring in to help this team get better. But it just sucks to be wasting prime LeBron and Anthony Davis years. Like, just kind of toiling around as an 7, 8, 9 seed in the West when we know damn well that this team should be, at the very least, like, top 4. Like, there's no reason why they can't be the 4th best.
The Westbrook deal. We're on the books for him for big money for a few years.
But it's the Lakers. They don't give a flying fuck about the luxury tax.
Right, but we couldn't even retain guys, never mind add talent. Look at Malik Monk balling with the Kings. We lost him to the Kings, and he's short money compared to what some of these other guys make. And, it would have been nice to keep a guy like that.
Yeah, the Westbrook deal.
20 points a game for the Hornets, and it's a good player.
The Westbrook deal, as funny as it was when it happened, because it was just funny. Like, it was like, haha, like, we got Westbrook. Like, cool. Like, we got the walking triple-double. It was a fucking total disaster.
Yeah. And, I mean, for me personally, I've had enough of AD shit. I mean, this whole, him, taking over the throne from LeBron was supposed to happen like 2 years ago. It ain't happening. AD will never be better than LeBron James. It's just what it is.
AD is a second-tier superstar. And what I mean by that is, like, he's a superstar, but he's a second-tier super. AD is Jason Tatum. Though they're the same player. Like if they're your A number one, you're not winning shit.
Yeah,
they need
fair to say, both
somebody
those guys
better.
Look like top 5 players at times, and then
absolutely
other times they don't even look like they're a top 25 player.
Skill wise, they are both exceptional players. They can score, they can rebound, they can put up the numbers. But if they're your number one guy, you're fucking cooked, bro.
Right.
You're not winning shit.
Yeah, I don't know if you saw the Anthony Davis's record versus some of the other bigs in the league, but he's like 0-10 versus Sabonis.
Oh, well,
like
Sabonis owns him
versus Joker,
which
he's
is
like
hilarious.
0-7 versus Embiid. I mean, it's astronomical. I mean, how
he gets dominated, dude. He's soft. Like, he's a finesse. I don't think he's a 5. He's a 4. Like, and I think
absolutely.
The Lakers, I think, have tried to play him as a 5, and it's not worked out. And they don't have a true 5. But Darvin Ham said it like, yeah, we want Anthony Davis taking 6 threes a game. And I'm like, wait, what? I'm like, no, like that's not what you want from your 5 or your 4, for that matter. Like, you can get away with it, I guess, if you're a 4.
At the same time, because it's like he wants to turn him into a Joker, a big that can stretch the floor, shoot threes. But,
right, and I understand. I get the idea behind it, but Anthony Davis ain't that dude, bro. Well, he ain't doing that. He's not the Joker. So stop trying to force a round peg through a square hole.
I agree.
I mean, I think
you got LeBron shooting the 3 at a great rate this year. He's at like 40%, I think.
LeBron is like, I swear to God, the guy, he doesn't fucking age. It's crazy. He only
Yeah, and
gets
they're talking
better.
about him re-signing for 3 years with the Lakers. I think we'll get 3 good years. Provide,
I
assuming
mean,
he stays healthy, of course.
if he stays healthy, then there's no reason, there's nothing that says like, he's fallen off. You know what I mean? There's no reason to be mad about it. But do you use that money on LeBron and say, let's go all in on LeBron the last 3 years of his career? Or do you say, you know what, LeBron, it's been fun. We've had a great run. We won a championship, but we're going to go in a different direction, and then go and try to like kind of blow it all up and rebuild from the inside out? Because listen, at the end of the day, we're the Los Angeles Lakers. And by we, I mean me. Like, I'm a Lakers fan, not a LeBron fan. I'm a Lakers fan first.
Yep.
We get who we want when we want. We draw all the stars to our city, to our team. There's never any, we own free agency.
Yeah, because and that's why I think they'll keep LeBron, because this is in my opinion the best basketball player to ever step the floor.
It's a fair shot.
If you just upgrade the guard position, we're close. I don't think we're off.
I know.
Right now, I've been watching a lot of regular season basketball. For us, we can't beat the Nuggets and we can't beat the Kings. Those are the two teams that we're just having trouble with. Everyone else, I'm not too worried about the Suns or the Clippers or the Mavericks. I think we'll be
in the 7-game set. We'll take care of all those teams. The only
Denver
team
is still top dog.
We can't beat.
Denver's still top dog, and the Kings are leaving off right where they did last year. They took Golden State to 7 games, played them tough.
I think we would I think over 7 games we would get the Kings. We would get the better of them, because even though AD and Sabonis have their thing, whatever, eventually LeBron is going to play a critical role in a 7-game set.
Yep.
Playing them once every couple weeks, because they're in the same conference, that's different. But when you get down to it, and John, you know this as good as well as anybody. Your basketball IQ is right up there. You're up there with T and Duffy and everybody else that you're one of the people that I hold in a higher regard in terms of what you can bring to the table when it comes to the NBA, because you do watch every game. You do know everything that's going on, and I'll give you credit for that, because you do know. And
yeah, I have a pretty, I don't, I'm wrong at times, of course.
Well, of course, we're all wrong. We're all wrong at times.
We're getting towards the end of the season. I have a pretty good grasp on it and where teams are at right now.
Absolutely, you do, and I know that, and that's why I let you. That's why when you call in, I let you talk, because I like to hear what you have to say. Because quite frankly, you watch more basketball than I do. Now, I've seen this movie. I'm going on, almost 40 years old. I've seen this movie. I've been watching, basketball since I learned how to count by 2 and 3 before I learned how to count by 1, because my dad used to put on the NBA finals for me, and I used to sit there and just get spoon-fed, Larry and Magic, in the 80s when I was a baby. And growing up as a kid, and that's how I learned. I literally learned how to count that way. I didn't watch Sesame Street. I didn't get cartoons. I got, it's the 84 finals. Here we go. All right. Oh, there's Kurt Rambis getting clotheslined. Whatever. Neither here nor there. You understand.
And I'm not too far off from you. I'm 35 years old. I can go back to, Jordan playing, the Utah Jazz and,
of course, absolutely. And that's when, honestly,
I was like 8 years old.
Yeah, but you remember it. But you remember it and you watch it, but you've taken an interest and you've taken up the game and you've taken up the history of the game and you watch the game and you watch it from a perspective of understanding what's actually going on. You don't watch it from a casual standpoint, right?
Right. And I've never played professionally or anything like that, but I've ran some pickup games with buddies and stuff, so I understand the game of basketball.
Right. Well, at the end of the day, listen, we've all played at least the very least youth league basketball, right? We all understand what we all understand what 1 through 5 means, what spacing means, what a zone versus a man is. Like, thank you. We all get that, right? But your NBA acumen is relatively high up there on a list, and I just want to let you know, and I want to let our listeners know, when you call and you talk about the NBA, you're one of our favorite callers because of how much you know and understand about the game. And I just want to express that, not to me I know that. Paul knows that. Sean knows that. I want to express that to the rest of our listeners that are listening. When they hear Durant call in and we're talking NBA, hey, this guy knows what he's talking about. You might want to perk your ears up a little bit. That's all I'm saying. I just want to throw you your bone, give you your credit, and just let you know that, your opinions are very welcomed on this show.
Yeah, much appreciated, man. I mean, I've watched a lot of games over the years, and I don't have any kids, so I got the time to watch these games.
You've put in the work. You've put in the work, and I know you've put in the work because we talk almost daily. I mean, you and I go back and forth.
I try to be as realistic as possible as well. I'm a Lakers fan, LeBron James fan, but I try to be as realistic at the same time.
So, to the Lakers standpoint, like, I think we are one, as far as the Lakers go, I think we're a D-Lo away from being able to challenge the Nuggies for the West. Like, we got to get rid of D-Lo. We got to bring in Ice Trey or somebody of that caliber.
I'm still going to stay firm on the Kings. The Kings are playing good basketball right now. They're coached by Mike Brown. It's LeBron's first coach in Cleveland.
Yep.
Oh, yeah, Cleveland.
They got a squad. They got a squad over there.
And listen, bro, Sabonis is the truth.
Harrison Barnes won titles with Golden State. He played his role. He knows his role.
I love Sabonis, though. I think Sabonis might be like my favorite non-Laker right now, besides Joker.
Player. He's a really good player.
Him and Joker.
And then you got, De'Aaron Fox leading the way, and you sprinkle in Malik Monk and some of these other guys. Keegan Murray, he's a three-point specialist. They have a good team. That's another team that they're leaving off where they did from last year, and Kings are going to be tough. Kings will be tough.
Kings will not be an easy out. I'll tell you right now, I will be more afraid of the Kings this year than I was of the Warriors last year, and I was terrified of the Warriors last year.
Right.
So
because
just to put that in perspective.
I'm watching a lot of these games, but I'm watching all the Lakers games. So, like, I see how we match up with these other teams, and so far this year, we just haven't matched up with Denver or the Kings. Everyone else,
no, we really haven't.
We could take out the Timberwolves without I can't think of his name. He's hurt right now.
Cat?
Cat, yes, thank you.
Karl Anthony Towns.
I think we could take care of them. I think we could take care of OKC. They're a little young right now.
Yeah, they got the young rookie there, the young gun. He's good. He's great, actually.
Not worried about the Clippers.
Alexander or whatever, but
not worried about the Clippers.
No one's ever worried about the Clippers. The Clippers are fucking trash.
The Suns don't really have depth outside of their big three.
Suns are
trash.
Those
guys are hurt or nicked up or anything. That team's toast.
Or just having an off day. They don't even have to be hurt.
The Mavericks could be sneaky good, but we gotta kind of see how that plays out.
Yeah, but you know what'll happen. Kyrie him and Luka will end up fighting over the ball when it comes down to time to who gets to be the man, and they'll fuck it up because Kyrie's that asshole. Great player, asshole.
Yeah.
But no, like you said, I think you're right. I think
we're a little short this year.
Yeah,
I think we're set up to land a star guard next year. And really compete for it next year.
Well, I think the Lakers are looking towards next year already. Like I said, I think they got a half an eye on this year and 1.5 eyes on next year. And Trae Young, I think, is gonna be the guy. And you stick him in there with Reeves, and then now you got two guys that can shoot from outside with deadly accuracy. You know what I mean? Vanderbilt's been hurt. You get him back on the defensive side. There's a lot of talent in LA right now. It's just nothing's come together yet.
Speaking of the threes, did you see D'Lo is about to have the most threes in a season for the Lakers? He's third.
I did see that actually, which is fucking crazy to me.
He's about to pass Kobe Bryant and Nick Van Exel, who has 183 threes made in a season for the Lakers.
I was gonna say it was Van X that was the leader in the clubhouse.
Yeah, mind you, we still got about 14, 15 games to play still.
Right.
So he's going to take that record.
But that's insane to me. I saw that stat today, and I was just like, really? I'm like,
D'Lo can hit the three. That's one thing is sneaky about him.
And listen,
just letting him fly.
I like D'Lo, and I liked D'Lo last year, and I know everybody wanted to kill D'Lo in the Denver series last year in the Western Conference Finals because he didn't show up. But the bottom line was that the only reason we were even in the Western Conference Finals, not the only reason, but D'Lo was a major part of the reason we were even there.
Right, and I think part of that fell on the coach Darvin Ham a little bit. Deciding do I play Schroeder? Do I play D'Lo?
Do you
We're
think
not going to really have that.
Durant, do you think Ham is fired after this year?
I think so.
I think he has to be, right?
I thought he was going to get fired mid-season, but then I told myself, nah, Lakers are trying to go on a playoff run. That'll be kind of messy. It'll be a distraction.
That would just be throwing in the towel, in my opinion.
End of the year, depending on how it unfolds.
Yeah.
But I think he could be.
Yeah, no, we're sharing a brain on that. I think he's gone too. I mean,
I think they're just being professional and letting it ride out.
You're talking
been too much of a distraction.
You're talking about wasting prime years of LeBron and AD. Can't do that. No. You can't do that.
No, I hear you, man.
You can't do it.
Like I said, I go back to the Westbrook deal.
That was bad.
That was a tough couple of years.
I thought it was fucking funny when we did it. I didn't really take it seriously. I was just like, yeah, whatever. We're the Lakers. We'll eat the money. Who gives a shit? And then they did, and now it's...
Yeah, that set us back a little bit. But, to get off of that deal and make the deals we did, for Vanderbilt and D'Lo and, a couple other guys we brought in. And
Vanderbilt, to me, is
to go from
just
the 13th seed
stud
to the Western Conference Finals. I mean...
Yeah. I mean, listen, the Lakers are going to be there at the end. Again, I don't think anybody's beating Denver, East or West. I think it's Denver's championship to lose. The only thing that I think that can derail the Nuggies at this point is the injury bug.
Yeah.
Other than that, I think Denver's going back to back.
And as far as the Celtics go, for all the homers listening, I think they still have a lot of the same problems, not rebounding the basketball and not matching up against these big teams. I mean, let's face it, they don't match up against Denver. I don't think they're going to match up against the Bucks. Brook Lopez is one of the best shot blockers in the NBA. And
they love to
even the Lakers, they don't even match up against the Lakers. I mean, we should have beat them 2-0 this year. You had Tatum fouling LeBron to and the ref looking the other way to steal that game. Lakers should be 2-0 versus Celtics this year.
Yeah, that was one of those.
Mind you, we beat the Celtics with Braun and AD sitting on the bench watching.
Yep.
Right, because like Paul just said, the Celtics tend to take their foot off the gas when things are going well.
Yeah, they definitely do.
In any day now, we're going to be getting Gabe Vincent and Jared Vanderbilt back. So when we're fully loaded and healthy...
I mean, listen, we got a puncher's chance in the West, but that's it. Like, we still need that third key cog because that's how you have to win in the NBA now. You need three people.
Right.
Like, you need a big three. It can't be a big two. It can't be one. It's got to be a big three. So we need one more piece to be able to actually nail this thing down. Next year, at this time, Durant, I 100% expect to be talking about the Lakers cruising into the playoffs as one of, if not the best teams in basketball, and they're going to be the odds-on favorite to win the championship. 365 days.
I think fully healthy, I'm not ruling it out this year at all. I mean,
no, fully healthy. They can beat. Listen, they could beat Denver.
You've got multiple guys that are capable of scoring 30. D'Lo, Reeves, Rui. Those three guys can give you 30 on any night.
But it's gonna take a Herculean effort from everybody on that Lakers roster to beat Denver in a 7-game series. And when I say a Herculean effort, I mean like shit is gonna really have to fucking go our way. Really have to go our way.
I mean, we've lost to them the last 8 games, counting to the playoffs last year. I think against it, something like that.
Yeah, they got our number right now. I mean, which is cute because, they hadn't beaten us in the playoff series for what? I don't know, 30 years, 40 years, something like that. And it was in there, and it's adorable, and they have their time, and, this is all good for them, and I'm glad for the city of Denver and happy for all their fans, and that's really cool. But just know that this time next year, Daddy's home. And he's taking his belt off, and he's going to start doling out spankings.
You're going to learn today.
Because the Lakers are going to be back.
We're real close, and, Denver has our number right now, but if you look at these games, we're only losing these games by, 2 to 3 possessions.
Oh, trust me. Go back and watch the whole Western Conference Finals last year. We got swept by the Nuggets last year, but 3 out of those 4 games were one-possession games. Final possession games. You know what I mean? There was only one where the Nuggets kind of got away from us by 8 or 9 points, and that was when they were playing the foul game. But the other 3 were final possession, LeBron going to the rim and getting stuffed by Murray, you know what I mean? Shit like that. Things just didn't fucking go our way, and the Nuggets were a better team. And they deserve to win the championship because they were the best team in the league, are the best team in the league. They're going to repeat. But next year, this time, at the trade deadline, you can goddamn fucking well mark it down right now, Paul. Flag it. Flag it right now. On March 19th at 10:03 p.m., I'm telling you right now, 365 days from now, I will be talking mad motherfucking shit about how the Lakers are going to win the NBA title.
I'm just like, yeah.
I mean, like I said, man. I mean, I'm not gonna rule it out this year either. I think we got a lot of sneaky little pieces, like I said, from Rui. To, Spencer, we got Spencer Dinwiddie, from the buyout.
And Durant, that's what I love. What you're saying, and I want to highlight that the Lakers are not that far off. They need like one, maybe two more pieces. Maybe.
Right.
And I'm not saying and not even like huge, big pieces like, oh my God, we got to move heaven and earth to get them. Like, no, we just got to add like a couple of guys here and there. And if one of those guys happens to be Ice Trey, then fucking game over, dude.
Yeah. I mean,
give LeBron his fifth and get the fuck out of my way.
They have to upgrade the guard positions. It's just that simple.
Absolutely. I agree 100%.
You upgrade the guard positions, and regardless of
unfortunately,
what you have to do to get it, even if it means moving a Reeves or Rui or whatever has to happen. I know D'Lo's got the player option next year, so that'll be interesting to see if he takes it or not. But
the beautiful thing about it is, Durant, it's the Lakers, and we do whatever the fuck we want to do whenever the fuck we want to do it.
No, I agree. I mean,
it's how it's been since our inception.
I mean, we should have had Kyrie Irving, but.
Yeah, that was bullshit.
The Nets owner was a douche on that, and he made sure he didn't send Kyrie where he wanted him.
That is the only one single. Like, see, it's funny because you have these owners and commissioners like David Stern that think they can fuck the Lakers, but you don't actually fuck the Lakers. You only delay the inevitable, which is we're gonna get who we want to get. We're gonna win what we want to win.
I like that.
So when David Stern denied us Chris Paul. Back in 2012, and we were gonna have CP3 and Kobe on the same team.
Yeah, and he was like, "Nah."
And the NBA was like, "Nah, we can't have that." Yeah, okay, cool, whatever, man. We ended up with LeBron James, a decade later, anyway. Not even. So, yeah. I mean, you can do what you want, and you can try to fuck the Lakers, but you can never hold the Lakers down. Because the Lakers are the Lakers, and we fucking own this league. This is our league. Everybody else just plays in it. So
yeah, fair enough.
I mean, listen, Durant? Who's the greatest basketball player of all time in your opinion? LeBron James, right?
Plays for the Lakers.
And who do the Lakers get? LeBron James. Who is one of the greatest basketball players of all time before that? Magic Johnson, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Wilt Chamberlain. The list goes on.
Jerry West.
You know what I mean? Fucking the logo is our guy. Like, we are the NBA. The Lakers are the NBA. The fucking Diesel. I didn't even talk about the Diesel and Kobe. Like, I mean, are you fucking kidding me? Kobe fucking Bryant. Like, Kobe might be the most savage killer that we've ever seen on the court, and that goes. And I'm putting him up there with LeBron. With Larry and Michael. Like, Kobe's in that grade of shit talking, get in your head, fuck with you.
Yeah, Larry Bird was the best at that.
Larry, Michael, Kobe. Those are the three most elite killers in the history of the NBA. Savages. When the game was on the line, those are the last three people you wanted to see.
Yeah, absolutely.
And
Joe, switching over to football, what do you think about your Broncos right now?
Let's see. Depending on who we take, I'm thinking. What do we say? Like win-loss total?
Yeah, as far as free agency, like
six,
moves, like
6, 7.
I
think
we'll
be.
How do you feel about your squad right now?
Honestly, I feel the best about it that I felt since Peyton Manning retired, and I say that knowing that we're probably only going to win 6 or 7 games next year, if we're lucky.
Yeah, it's just because of the quarterback, you think?
Because we listen. I love Russell Wilson. I pounded this fucking table And I said, give me Russ or give me death for years. And then I got Russ and I got AIDS at the same time. And it was terrible. And it didn't work out the way I wanted it to because I wanted Russ I wanted Russ pre-COVID, 2019. Was when I really wanted Russ.
Rodgers was the prize that free agency, and then like Russ was like kind of the next best option.
Yeah, Russ was the chick. You know, when you got stood up by the girl, you know, the girl that you were trying to take home from the bar was like all set, and then you just texted your slam pig and like, "Yo, you up?" And she was like, "Yup." All right, and then you ended up knocking her up, and like, you know, fucking $80 million later, you're like, "Fuck." That was Russell Wilson for the Broncos. So. As far as the Broncos go next year, listen, I honestly think we have a really, really fucking talented roster. Defensively and offensively. I know losing Simmons is going to hurt a little bit, but we got PJ Locke. We got PS2. We got good players. I want Sean Payton to do what Sean Payton does, which is build from the inside out. I don't mind. Listen, if we can't get J.J. McCarthy in the first round, whether the Vikings jump us or not or whatever, then fine. Fall back, take an offensive lineman, take Michael Penix, roll the dice on him.
Yeah, well, that might be the Raiders kind of plan right now too, if we're not going to be able to go up and get Daniels. So. Well,
here's the thing. I think Caleb Williams is going to be the biggest fucking bust that we've seen since, unfortunately, your boy Jamarcus Russell.
Really?
I really do. I think Caleb Williams is Johnny Manziel 2.0.
You don't think he'll be better than Bryce Young at least?
No. Honestly, I don't. I don't.
I think Bryce Young, bro.
Listen,
come on, though.
Go back and watch Bryce Young this year. Bryce Young was a part of the problem, but he wasn't the entire problem in Carolina. You got an owner that's a shitbag. You had a fucking head coach on Titanic Ron that was on his way out. You had no direction. They were trading. They had no idea what they were doing. My thing with Caleb Williams is this. He is going to get by on his physical talents early and often because he is extremely physically talented.
And his hype is going to give him that bit of longevity where he's going to get that second, third chance down the road.
Kid's got fucking... He's got it when you talk about like physical abilities.
I watched him a couple times this year. He does pull some sick shit.
He is 100% the guy when they hand him like the DVD and say, "Go watch this game film."
Doesn't watch it.
Just throw it on the passenger seat of his car, go home, cry to his mom, not watch it, and then be like, "Oh yeah, I watched it," and they're like, "Yeah, there was nothing on that."
Right.
Like he is that dude. He is going to be, and I will state. Listen, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But I doubt I'm going to be wrong. I do not fucking think Caleb Williams is going to be. I think he'll be out of the league quicker than Trevor Lawrence will be.
Yeah, it's tough because him and Daniels didn't throw on the combine,
and that's fine. I don't mind if guys don't throw at their combine because a lot of quarterbacks have done that over the years where they only throw at their pro day.
Stroud did.
I mean, some guys want to, and that's fine.
Stroud looks sharp. That's where,
but Stroud again. I mean,
he popped out to me as he just passed the eye test.
He looks good, but again, I've seen guys come into this league and look good in year one.
Yeah, and then RG3. That's who comes to mind for me.
And then year two, all of a sudden, defenses figure him out a little bit, and they're like, "Oh, okay, right. Yeah, we got this guy."
The thing
no
about
problem.
Stroud though was Stroud was making.
The thing I like
seriously accurate.
But the thing I like about Stroud is when you talk to him, when you listen to him speak, you can tell he's on another level.
And he's humble as fuck.
Yeah, he's a pro's pro.
Right. He's a hard guy to dislike. He really is. Even though he's in my division, he's a hard guy to dislike.
Stroud, and I missed this on him in college because I'm looking at going, just like watching him play in college. I'm like, okay, Ohio State. Yeah, whatever. Cool. Yeah, he can throw a fucking rocket. Right, great. Everybody can. No big deal. What I missed on Stroud in college was his attitude and his demeanor and his approach to the game. And that, I think, is what has jumped off the page at me for him in his rookie year. Now, I'm not saying I'm not putting him in the Hall of Fame yet, but I think in terms of Marcus Stroud, wow. That was a fucking no. Marcus Stroud was the defensive lineman for the Jaguars like 20 years ago. John Henderson's fucking running mate, if you remember. Yeah, Bills and Jaguars, great defensive lineman. No, Stroud exudes professionalism, and he has a humbleness about him that I think is going to bode great things for him in the future. Yeah. I think that makes him like he is going to be a guy that is never going to be satisfied. He's never going to rest on his laurels. Right. He's always going to try to improve.
I seen him do it both ways. I seen him do it from the pocket and outside the pocket. Yeah, and make some big boy throws.
Right. Listen, the kid could make every throw. I never thought he couldn't.
It's unfortunate he didn't have Tank Dell in that playoff game versus Baltimore.
Yeah.
They had a nice rapport throughout the year, and that was tough. But yeah, great first season for the kid.
But yet, I don't see that in Caleb Williams. I see the exact opposite in Caleb Williams. I see Caleb Williams as like
I'm unsure. I'll just be honest. I'm kind of unsure.
I just see Caleb Williams as a me first guy. As a he's more in it for the Instagram likes than he is for the actual fucking winning. And at the end of the day, dude, like you can't have that attitude in the NFL.
You know who he might end up being? He might end up being like Jason Campbell. You remember him?
Yeah, of course.
He looks like him a little bit too.
Pittsburgh?
Washington.
No, Washington.
Oh, Washington.
Jason
right.
Campbell. Yeah, he actually played for the Raiders at one point.
He played for the Raiders, the Bucks, Skins. He played for a bunch of teams.
Yeah, I remember about the Skins. I know he played for us too. But...
Well, Slash was Pittsburgh. Right. Yeah. But as far as the Broncos go, Durant, and I'll address your because you asked me on Facebook how I felt about Russ, that 99% chance that Russ would be holding a clipboard on opening day.
You still think
I still think Russ is holding the clipboard opening day. I just think
that's fair. That's fair. I mean, I could see it, especially with Fields in his 5th year. Steelers might want to see what they're gonna get.
Yeah, they're gonna want to roll the dice on Fields and see what they get out of Justin Fields and be like, maybe we got him, maybe we don't. Right. And if he sucks, then fuck it, we go to Russell Wilson.
Contract? What do you pay him? You got no tape on him this year. If he doesn't play,
Agreed.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Then how do you go into contract negotiations? Do you just lose him? Do you pay him? How much do you pay him? A lot of questions. A lot of question marks.
Yeah, I mean, I guess
so I can see your point, Joe, as far as Russ holding the clipboard. But Fields, I think the best quarterback should play.
Yeah, I mean it's gonna be a fucking funny. I think it's gonna be a funny offseason for the Steelers and like going ahead like with Russ and fucking Justin Fields because the move to me doesn't really make much sense.
They're a good organization. I think they'll get it right regardless of what they do.
That's what I'm saying. They've kind of hit it on the head the last the coaches have been pretty solid.
I mean the Raiders got it right when we signed Matt Schaub to big money and we drafted Derek Carr in the 2nd round and we just said, hey, Carr looks better. He's starting.
Right.
I think the Steelers will get it right regardless of what they do.
Yeah, I mean, they've had a history of, like I said, they had Big Ben for so long. They had, Mike Tomlin's been a pretty rock-steady coach for, almost 20 fucking years now?
Yeah, and if they're not going to land the quarterback, that they want in this draft, then, I mean...
Yeah. How do you feel about Minshew?
It's very low risk between the two. I mean, 1.2 for Russell Wilson and a 6th-round pick for Fields.
Right.
I mean, it's very low risk between both guys.
Yeah, they kind of picked him up for nothing, really, if you think about it. They didn't really have to give up much.
For Russ?
For Fields, yeah, for any of it.
Oh, yeah, no. The Steelers...
Yeah, Fields was a 6.
I think the Steelers' quarterback room is costing them $4.5 million this year.
Crazy.
Which is, when you think about it in today's NFL, like, you got 2 quarterbacks on your roster for less than $5 million. That's fucking insane.
Yeah, pretty much.
But, Durant, I think I heard you when you were saying, what your expectations were.
Yep.
For the Steelers this year. And, my thing is this. I think Russ is a terrible fit for the Steelers. I don't think Russ is a good fit for really any. I went through it a couple weeks ago. There's 32 teams in the NFL. I did not have a single one of them that I was like, oh, he could be the starter on that team. And the Steelers getting rid of Pickett and going with Russ was a bit of a head scratcher for me because I just don't see him as a Pittsburgh guy.
I didn't see Pickett being the answer either, though.
I don't either. I'm not saying Pickett was the answer, but I'm just saying I don't think if Russell Wilson is the answer to your question at this point, what the fuck is the question?
Well, I mean, in fairness, what options did you have? I mean, realistically, they're not in position to land a top guy in the draft. Cousins was probably too rich for them, I'm sure.
Way too rich and way too old and way too overrated.
Yep.
What's his
Minshew, who we signed.
One. You got the shoe, bro.
They got the shoe, bro.
Bro, Durant, you guys might sweep us again next year, dude. That pisses me off.
I'd be willing to bet Roadhouse on it. I mean, it only.
Well, I still owe you roadies. I still owe you roadies because remember we put that bet in the final game of the season. I was feeling.
Yeah, whenever.
I was feeling pretty confident in Stidham, and I said I don't give a flying fuck. We're putting roadies on it, and I kind of knew we were going to lose, but that's just more of an excuse for me to go to roadies than anything. So I will gladly pick up your tab at roadies if it means a trip to roadies.
Fuck yeah.
Word.
But I think you guys might sweep us again next year. I think the Broncos are going to be relatively trash next year, and then 2025 is when you are going to see shit really start to fucking come to fruition because we will be out from under the Russell Wilson deal. They will have $135 million, I believe it is, in cap space.
It's like a whole fucking team.
Yeah. And I think like 45 plus players under contract with that much cap space.
Wow.
Do you guys get the cap hit next year as well? Or
we took the bulk of it this year. I think we took 50-something million of it this year. And then we're going to take the remainder of it next year. But even with this year, even with taking the $50 million this year, we still have $46 million in cap space right now. Like, we could go sign whoever the fuck we wanted.
Right.
Yeah.
But there's no point because we don't have a quarterback. We don't have
it's 255 now, I believe.
It's 250. Yeah, it went up $30 million, which is the biggest jump in NFL history. And it's going to go up again next year in a big way. So there's going to be a lot of more money available.
A lot of more money.
Yeah, probably for the quarterbacks, too. It's going to go to the quarterbacks. If Kirk Cousins is getting 50, I mean...
Well, you got to remember, cap... So the way the cap works, and this is just like a quick cap 101 for those who don't know, your quarterback is going to account for about 20% of whatever your cap space is, whatever your available cap space is. So, let's just, for round numbers, if your cap space is $100 million, your quarterback's going to account for 20. Like, you're going to pay your quarterback $20 million a year.
Right.
Then you're going to pay the left tackle. Then you're going to pay your edge rusher / cornerback, depending on which one you have that's worth more, and then so on and so forth down the line.
Right.
But it goes based on percentages. So if the cap is $255 million and 20% of that is $50 million, then that's what your quarterback's going to get. Because that's what they've always got.
That's the new standard.
That's the new standard.
Yeah, they said Russell Wilson was like 0.5% of their cap because he's only $1 million.
Well, he signed for the veteran minimum because he's getting $85 million from the Broncos. Because the Broncos, and that's my other thing too, is like if you're a Steelers fan and you're excited about Russell Wilson being in the building, just remember that Sean Payton, one of the best offensive minds in the league, and a Denver Broncos organization paid this man $85 million to fuck off.
Get the fuck out the door.
I'm just saying.
Hurt, bro.
Just, you know, tread lightly with the Russell Wilson shit.
Ego check.
Yeah.
I think you guys are in good hands with Sean Payton, though. You guys will recover.
Sean Payton and ownership. Biggest thing is ownership, Durant. And you know me. I've preached this the entire time we've been on this show. I've always preached ownership. Always, always, always. What was the best thing that the Patriots had going for them? They had great ownership, a great head coach, and a great quarterback. And then what did ownership do? They let the quarterback go, blamed it on the head coach, and then fired him. And guess what? The Patriots are about to live in a fucking 2-decade world of shit.
Good.
And I cannot fucking wait.
Good.
Remember when Gerard Mayo came in his introductory press conference? He's like, "Yeah, man, we're gonna burn some cash in free agency," and the Patriots have done absolutely fucking nothing but lose people.
Right.
Yeah,
I fucking love it.
They honestly took the Belichick approach.
I love it.
Belichick approach.
Yep, they took the Belichick approach. They're like, you know what, we're going to do what Bill did, but we're going to blame Bill for everything that happened.
Yeah.
And then we're going to go on this thing. I fucking love it.
They literally did. They re-signed Jacoby Brissett, and they signed a pass-catching running back in Antonio Gibson.
Yep, and you know how many Patriots fans are like wicked excited? They're like, dude, Jacoby Brissett is the best guy to mentor the rookie quarterback we're going to bring in. I'm like, really?
Fuck, dude.
Jacoby Brissett was the guy that you want to mentor? I'm like, okay. I mean, I know y'all dumb, but, man, you're taking it to a new level.
I mean, we brought in Joe Flacco.
Yeah, but Joe Flacco could at least still spin it.
Yeah, true.
Like, what the fuck has Brisket done? Ever.
Yeah, true.
I mean.
Yeah, not to mention, if, Caleb Williams and Jaden Daniels go 1-2, I mean.
Which I assume they will.
What do they got?
Yeah, Patriots are going to settle for Drake May. I mean,
I like Drake May. Honestly, out of all those three, I would take Drake May number one.
So Chicago, Washington, Patriots, 1, 2, 3. Yeah.
You think May's the best quarterback in this class, Joe?
Best in the class. Can we remove? Listen, I'm going to say this. If everything were to remain equal health-wise, I think Michael Penix is the best quarterback in the class.
Yeah, he's got 2 ACL injuries.
Right, right.
That being said,
if he did it again, that might just be career over.
Yeah, give me. I would go Drake May, J.J. McCarthy. Those would be my 1-2. In that order.
I like McCarthy.
Yeah, McCarthy's climbing up the leaderboards, man. I'm seeing
he's pro ready.
Could go in the top 5.
He's played.
Yeah, he played. Harrison Jr.
He played in a pro style offense. Like he's coming into the league. I think. Listen, in the right. But the thing is, and we see this all the time. It takes the right situation, right? Like you can't just say, J.J. McCarthy is not. How would I put it? He is not a transcendent talent. So let's not get those words minced. I don't think J.J. McCarthy is a Aaron Rodgers, Peyton Manning, where it's like an Andrew Luck, where you're like, okay, no matter where the fuck this guy goes, he is going to succeed. I think it's very dependent on where he goes, his level of success in the league. I don't think, and I will say that for every quarterback in this draft. Because I really don't think anybody in this draft, to me right now, jumps off the page where I'm like, yeah, it doesn't matter if that guy goes to the Cleveland Browns. He's going to fucking tear it up.
I mean, what team really needs a quarterback?
I don't think it's clear cut. I mean, for me, Jaden Daniels does stand out a little bit. He is kind of thin, but, I mean, he could add a few pounds.
I mean, he could. Absolutely.
220, 225.
And maybe he doesn't have to.
I mean, he's 6'4".
Maybe he doesn't have to. Maybe he's fine the way he is. Maybe he's just like, one of those dudes, like he's like a Teddy Bruschi. He bends like Gumby and just doesn't break. And, just like, I don't get it. I don't understand it. But, he's got that gift. Whatever. It is what it is. But
yeah, it wasn't clear cut like, when Joe Burrow came out. Joe Burrow was kind of clear cut for sure. He was going to go. Yeah,
Joey Burrow was number one. We knew that. But even still, we were like, he's going to Cincinnati. Cincinnati has a fucking history of killing quarterbacks. But they got it right for once in their life since he got it right.
Yeah, Burrow's been hurt. He's been hurt a few seasons now.
This is what, his second season he's been banged up, right? Because he was banged up his rookie year.
Yep.
And then he got hurt this year.
6 games or something like that.
Right, yeah. He broke something, right? Didn't he break a bone?
I think it was ACL.
Was it an ACL? I forget.
I think.
Yeah, something like that.
But
not positive though.
But no, listen. I think this quarterback class coming in. Again, everything is so super dependent on where these guys land and who they land with. Because if you've paid attention for the last 40 years. You know that there are just certain places that quarterbacks go, they get drafted, and they die. Cleveland being a number 1. Oakland would probably be number 2. After that, Jacksonville would be a black hole. Houston.
I wouldn't say Detroit is really a quarterback black hole.
They killed Joey Harrington.
Yeah, but after that, Stafford came in, ripped it up. But he left because they couldn't put people around
True.
him. And then obviously Goff comes in, does real well,
Lions
but they
were
finally
bad
put
for a
people
long
around
time.
him.
I can't tell you how many times I watched the Lions lose on Thanksgiving Day.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
yeah,
I mean, it's like
yeah.
almost it's almost obnoxious at this point. But to that point, and we'll wrap it up here. I don't think I think Drake May and JJ McCarthy are the two best quarterbacks in the draft. For me, those are the two guys that I want. Number one would be Drake May. Number two would be JJ McCarthy. I don't think we're going to get either one of them because I think Minnesota's going to jump us to get JJ, and May will be long gone before we even get a chance. Honestly, if we end up with Michael Penix, I mean, I am okay with the mighty Penix laser in the Mile High City. I'm okay with it. I'm not going to be happy about it, but I'm okay with it.
I still can't believe they're projected.
It's a pretty deep quarterback class too. I know there's a few other guys outside of these top 5.
Well, there's Spencer Rattler. You know, he's a guy that is like a 3rd, 4th round pick that people are really high on for whatever reason.
Seeing, was it the kid from Florida State? I think he got hurt.
Yep, the one that got banged up that caused the whole team to fucking.
The quarterback. Yeah.
I wouldn't take anybody on that Florida State team on my fucking NFL team because they're all a bunch of butt fucking quitters. But that's what Florida State does. They fucking suck. They'll never be Miami as much as they want to be, but whatever.
Facts.
Out here spitting.
Yeah. Oh, Jordan Travis, right? No, it wasn't.
Yeah.
Jordan Travis.
I mean, we still got a little bit of ways until the draft, but
couple weeks, brother. Couple weeks. We're Durant. Listen, man. In like 14 days, the sun will be setting at 7:07 p.m. And next thing you know, it'll be April Fool's Day, and the NBA playoffs will be upon us, and it'll be draft season. And next thing you know, it's going to be warm weather. We're going to be playing golf, drinking beers. Summer will be here, and we'll all be happier. We'll just all be happier because of it. It'll be that much closer to football season.
Yeah.
For me, I just don't want to see the Patriots get probably Marvin Harrison or Jaden Daniels. I don't want to see them get either one.
I honestly believe
if they get anyone else, fuck it.
I honestly believe the Patriots are going to trade back.
Yeah. I mean, and
I really do.
Really though, to pass up like Marvin Harrison Jr.
I don't because they're gonna be like, well, we don't really have a quarterback. What do we need a rookie wide receiver for? Blah 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 blah.
We're dumb. We're stupid. We're dumb.
And Jonathan is a cheap fuck. So
yep.
I can see the Patriots trading back and fucking this up. But Sean will be back next week. He said that today. He told me he'll be back next week. And we will get his opinion on that. And I want to get his opinion on this dynasty. Durant, have you watched the dynasty documentary on the Patriots yet?
No.
I didn't think you did because obviously why would you subject yourself to that? But
no, I got many things on the list.
Apparently if you hate the Patriots, it's apparently a really good watch.
Gotcha.
So I'm going to check it out before Sean gets back next week because I know he's watched it. But we'll go from there. But Durant, thanks for the call, man. Appreciate your time. Thank you for calling in. And we will continue to break down the NBA playoffs as they come at us in the next couple of weeks.
Yeah, fuck yeah. Celtics are frauds.
I heard that, baby.
That's how I started the call. That's how I'm going to end it.
I love it.
All right, boys. It's been real.
We'll talk to you later, brother. Thank you for the call.
No doubt. Later.
Joey Fats Radio. Roll one, seat one. 774-992-8702. We gave Durant a boatload of time tonight because it was a good call. Yeah, you know what? He actually filled in a lot for me because there was a lot there that we wanted to get to that we already covered.
Right.
And now we can just jump into kind of the rest of the show because we've got, about 10 minutes left.
Sure.
And then we'll get out of here. So we'll do. What did we miss? We didn't hit. We got Russ. We got the Patriots in free agency. We got the draft.
Yeah.
We got the Celtics. We got the Lakers. Yeah. We got kind of everything. The only thing we got to talk about now is my NASCAR bets. Because, all right, listen, it's been a rough 2 weeks. Betting wise for me on NASCAR.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
We had Bristol this past weekend, which I think I said at one point, I was like, it's the half-mile Talladega.
Right.
Because it's so unpredictable at times. But if you watched this past weekend's race, it was fucking phenomenal.
Yeah.
It was a fucking great race. It was old school. If you like old school NASCAR, I'm talking like
bumping and banging.
The 1,000 horsepower car, old school style NASCAR.
Yeah.
This was your race. Because this had everything that those races offer, with the exception of like 500 horse.
Right.
So these cars are running like whatever, like 650.
Oh, 6 and change.
You know, well, it's like 450, whatever. These cars are running like 650, whatever the horsepower is running. But what they did at Bristol this week. So for those of you that don't know, right? Okay, Bristol is a half mile. I think it's used to be 36 degrees in the banking. I don't know if it still is. I think it's less than that now.
Yeah.
It's a little less, maybe like 33 or 34. It's still the steepest bank track in NASCAR. And it's just like a bull ring. Like it's like taking a little fucking car and like one of those strings and you're like zing, 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 zing,
those
zing.
Go mad fast.
And they fucking whip. That's what Bristol is. But the problem is that there's like an actual gravity element to these things where like there is a contact patch and some rubber amongst 4 tires that have to actually contact.
Very important.
Yes,
factor.
which is super, super fucking important in racing. And that rubber wore the fuck out really fucking fast. Really fucking fast. They put down this different resin on the concrete at Bristol because they've been doing, if you remember, they did the dirt a couple of years, the last couple of years. It was a little gimmicky, but it was fun, but it was gimmicky. And they did that. This year they went back to the concrete. They put down this resin instead of the usual sealant that they put on. And the track didn't take rubber, meaning the rubber from the tires didn't embed itself in the concrete. It just balled up and flung up the track. So the concrete stayed very sharp, if you will. Mm-hmm. And it was basically a cheese grater for the tires. So every time you go into that corner and you're at 120 miles an hour, I'm guessing. I mean, that's what I run it on the sim. Probably faster than that because I suck. But when you throw it down in there and that concrete is gripping that tire, and that car is trying to push to the wall, and the rubber is trying to hold it there. You're just shearing rubber off the tires.
Yeah, it's just shaving it.
So the runs lasted maybe 40 to 50 laps on the tires.
Right.
Which a normal run at Bristol, you can get 80 to 90.
100, yeah, okay.
100 laps out of some of them, if you're really good to them.
Right.
Typically. And it got so bad to the point where, teams were fuck, we're not going to have enough tires to finish this race.
Right.
And NASCAR had to pull an executive decision and be like, okay, give everybody an extra set of tires.
Yeah, fuck.
And Goodyear was like, fuck! Yep. And Goodyear, and they did. And it's always a fight.
Somebody's paying for it.
But it was a phenomenal event. It was a great race. And if you watch the end, right, if you look at the final 3 results, you had Denny Hamlin win it, Martin Truex Jr. finishing second. Brad Keselowski finishing third. All 3 of those men ran when these Cup cars had 1,000 horsepower.
Oh, so they know.
So they knew how to save tires. They knew how to get around this place in a quick enough manner without burning through their tires. Now, granted, I think Denny Hamlin's crew came out and was like, if this race went up longer, we were fucked.
No shit.
They were on the beats. They were on the fucking...
on the radials, baby. That metal was showing.
I think they're nylon, but yeah.
Oh, maybe.
Race tires are nylon. There's no stealing them now. But we put our bets out. I put my bets out on the Roll and Seat page. I try to do it every Friday, Saturday. Depends. I'll definitely have them up Sunday morning before the race, so you'll never have to worry. If you ever want to know who I'm taking, just click over and subscribe to the Roll One Seat One page, and I will put my bets up every single by Sunday morning before race time.
Yeah.
My bets will be up. I use FanDuel. That's what I use for my odds. Whatever. Take it or leave it. Shop your odds. Don't take my odds as the gospel, please, because MGM might give you better odds.
Yeah.
But look,
you're not buying a house from copying Joe's bets, all right?
Right. You're definitely not doing that. And also, I only use one app, so don't look at me as,
Right.
If you're one of those people that's big into it and you use multiple apps, because MGM will give you different shit than FanDuel, than what's the other one?
MGM, DraftKings.
DraftKings.
Yep.
Like, they'll give you different odds.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
yeah. MGM is different from FanDuel. I've seen it
you
before.
you might have one guy.
I use MGM.
You might have one guy that's like plus 800 on one app and then plus 1400 on another.
Yeah, and you're like,
well,
whoa.
obviously I'm going to take him on the plus 1400.
Right, if it's the same fucking
so
race. Same
shop
guy.
your odds. Don't just take. I use FanDuel because that's what I have. I'm not.
It's just what you started with.
Yeah, I'm not into this whole I'm not into shopping my odds. I don't actually care that much.
Me neither.
I'm more worried about being right than I am about actually making money.
Of course.
Because to me, being right, that's worth more than money. But nonetheless. So we took Kyle Busch, Ty Gibbs, my guy Slick fucking Willie Byron,
Slick Willie,
Brad Keselowski, and then I took Eric Jones, but I did not take Eric Jones to win. I took Eric Jones to finish top 5.
Yeah.
So that was a one-off for me. That was a curveball. Little fucking,
right.
6 to midnight curveball there for you.
Banging.
I usually take 5 guys to win outright.
Yep.
I took 4 guys to win outright
$10
and 1 to finish in the top 5. So Kyle Busch, rough day, beat the fucking brakes off of his tires early because nobody knew what they were going into.
Right.
And he was kind of one of the first sacrificial lammy lambs. He ended up finishing 25th.
Oof.
Ty Gibbs, who was my pick to win it, if I was going to put all my money in one guy's basket, it was going to be Ty Gibbs, who I believe led the most laps on Sunday, ended up finishing 9th due to an unfortunate series of cautions and circumstances and things like that. Ty Gibbs had the best car. He was plus 1,300. He ended up finishing 9th. Slick Willie, 35th. He got in trouble early, got wrecked.
Sucks.
Ended up finishing like 7 laps down.
Oof.
And then Brad Keselowski. Again, I told you the RFK was going to come the fuck this week at Bristol.
Yep.
Brad finished 3rd. So if you took my guys on finishing top 10, you would add 2 out of 5. And Eric Jones, I took him.
That's definitely your money back anyway.
Eric Jones was plus 5,000 to win the race outright. No way in hell I was taking that. I knew he wasn't going to win it.
Right.
But he was plus 800 to finish in the top 5. And Penny Motorsports, whatever, Legacy Motorsports, Petty, whatever their thing is now. Eric Jones, and I got turned on to this from a very trusted source of mine that I listened to.
Right.
And he was the one that kind of turned me on to this Eric Jones thing. And he made such a compelling case, I rolled with it. Because I was like, you know what? I was looking for an underdog. I was looking for a dark horse. I was looking for somebody who was a long shot.
Yeah.
Something to just kind of maybe hedge my bet.
that money up a bit.
Make me a little bit of dough.
Fuck yeah.
I took him to finish top 5. He was plus 800 to finish in the top 5. Ended up finishing 20th, but he did flirt with the top 10 all day. Yeah. Like, he was up there. He was close. Yeah. But as you know, if you know anything about NASCAR in Bristol, it's a tough place to pass. It's a tough place to get around. You got to set guys up for kind of laps on end at times to get by them. It was tough. So, overall, we didn't hit the winner. I thought about taking Denny, but he was plus 450, and that just did nothing for me.
Right.
And I just couldn't do it. And, of course, like, he ends up fucking winning it because, obviously, I fucking can't stand Denny.
Yep.
Just fuck that guy. Like, he's just like one of those dudes. Just like, dude, fuck. Like, not fuck him. Like, personally, like, I don't think he's a bad guy. I think he's a pretty good guy.
Just as a race driver.
But I don't know. I'm just kind of like, fuck you. Like, I don't know. There's just like a fuck you element to him. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. But nah, fuck him. I don't care. Fuck him. Fuck him, Daddy. Fuck Denny Hamlin.
Yep.
Kiss my ass.
Oh, shit.
Whoa, watch out. That being said, I think we did okay. I mean, we had 2 top 10 guys.
Yeah.
We had 2 of our guys finish in the top 10. One of which, I mean, probably should have fucking won the race in Ty Gibbs. Like, Ty Gibbs, I've been telling you all year, Ty Gibbs is going to win a race this year. Just be patient. He is going to win a race this year. Just hope you throw $10 on him when he does.
Yep.
And we got Coda coming up this week, which fucking blows. Probably end up taking Ty Gibbs again this week because he's a pretty good road course driver. Daniel Suarez is probably going to be in my repertoire. Alex Bowman, I feel like, is one of those guys that runs up there. Ross Chastain.
Yeah.
Kyle Busch is a pretty good road course guy. Logano. So we got some options. I'll analyze it as the week goes on, and I'll put my picks up.
Yeah.
Friday or Saturday. At least by Sunday morning, you'll have my picks.
Yeah.
But it was just fucking damn. We got Coda this week. I think it's Richmond. Also sucks. Flat, boring track. Martinsville, super fun. And then we're at Dega.
Yeah.
And then it's on.
Dega's
so
fun.
I got to make some dough before Dega because I want to take all I have in my account and put it on one guy at Dega.
Right.
Like some long shot who's like plus 5,000. Ryan.
Yeah, because those are the guys you never know.
I want to take a Ryan Preece.
Yeah, those are the guys you never know.
Yeah. So I want to take one of those guys because then that's when you make your big dough. I mean, I think as of this week, I am officially out of house money. So now I got to put my own money in.
Yep.
To betting on NASCAR. So I need a win here.
Right.
I got to get a win. I got to get a dub. So this week is going to be the analytics are going to be on DEFCON 5. I'm going to be fucking watching last year's race. I'm going to be fucking studying. I'm going to be listening to everybody because I got to get this right. I got to get one of these right. I'm out of house money. I won $200 to start the season. Now I'm on my own. Now I'm fucking dipping in the negative. And I don't like that shit. I don't like that shit one bit.
Yep.
I'd eat a banana right now if I had one.
Yeah.
But I don't. So, anything else? Did we miss anything?
No. Not that I can
You
think
sure?
of. Yeah.
You positive?
Yep.
Did you check all your pockets?
Yep.
I don't believe you did. I think you're full of shit.
Whatever, I'm out of drink.
Paul's like, I'm out of cred, bitch.
Nah, I got one more bottle. I'm not going to crack it now.
Amateurs. Fucking amateurs. Unbelievable.
Yeah.
All right, well, let's tab it there. We'll be back next Tuesday night, 8:45 p.m. Sean will be in-house. His words, not mine. He will be here next week. So we'll have a full house for the first time since, the week before the Super Bowl?
Yeah.
We haven't had a full house since the Super Bowl.
Yeah, I know. It's crazy.
That's a long time.
Yeah.
Feels like a long time. We'll be back at that point. So, yeah, next Tuesday, full house. Sean will be here. Paul will be here. I'll be here. On the one, the only, the New Bedford Guide. Thank you all for listening in to another glorious episode of Row 1, Seat 1. This is Joey Fats Radio for Plizzy and Mr. Betancourt. I am Joey Fats, and we will see you all next week.
Yeah.
It's Ryan Preece.